Oh, hi, everyone. Well, actually, hi, nobody, because nobody's here yet. But that's okay. I'm hoping within a few minutes. This was kind of a last minute thing. So, so I'm just going to chitter chat and get some things together until tootling in. Like I said, this was a last minute thing. Let's see. Okay. Put that over here. Now, when I first started my YouTube channel, February or March. Hi, Joie de Vivre. How are you? Thanks for coming. I'm going to have some fun today. Hopefully you'll have fun with me. Now, when I started my YouTube channel, I started it out doing this mystery steampunk project. And it started out with my steampunk top hat. This was one of my videos. See my little goggles. And there's hidden stuff in here. Like right here, you've got a hidden butterfly. And it's actually got metal gears on it. And hi, Ian. So, but yeah, so the whole point of my whole starting of the project was I wanted to make a carousel. I hadn't seen anybody do anything like this in a long, well, ever. And I looked. Trust me, I've been looking for a couple months now. I've got the, hi, Carol. I've got the bare guts of a lazy Susan. See that? You know, because all carousels are supposed to turn, right? And let's see. Okay. Now right here, this is my sort of pièce de résistance. Oops. If I don't drop it and break it and all of that nice, neat, happy stuff. What I did was I made, oh, no kidding. That was what I was thinking of when I was making it. And I love that steampunky Tim Burton type style of haberdashery. And I think Johnny Depp did a fabulous job as the Mad Hatter. I did. So right here, and I think I'm going to have to fix it because one of mine is upside down. I made a buttload of ATCs. Can you see that? Yeah, it took me a good month to do this. And I put holes in the top corner and in the bottom corner. Hi, Aunt Bex. And then I took book rings and I put them all together. Okay. Now, one of the things that I loved the most about what I was finding was and I'm sure if you're familiar with steampunk, you know, you guys are probably already aware that the women in steampunk are absolutely beautiful. I never connected the two. I always thought it was stuffy old men with top hats and big pipes riding huge bicycles with little bitty wheels. Well, thanks for stopping in, Aunt Bex. But when I was doing my research, I was looking at steampunk women. Isn't she beautiful? Let me find another one. See, there's another one right there. And there's another one. Thanks, Aunt Bex. You know, and I've discovered so many things. Like, look how beautiful she is. Let's see if I can get you guys to see it without the glare. But yeah, when I was looking, I was finding, like, she's fabulous. Look at that one. Oops. Okay, that didn't help. Let me see. And then this one, she's fabulous too. But I was thinking, oh my gosh, it opened up an entire world that I didn't even realize existed. And when I saw the steampunk women and how utterly elegant and gritty and beautiful they looked, you know, I couldn't help it. So the women that I came across, and then of course there's the electronic stuff, the Cirque du Soleil show. Oh yeah, I wished I could have hit that one. But you know, the women are what inspired me to try this. And I looked and looked and looked and did not find anything online. Like, I love that kitty cat. Look at that steampunk kitty cat. And then her right next to it. Yeah. Now there's one that is my absolute favorite that I really want to find. Because, okay, now that one is upside down, so I'll have to fix that. Now this, I will promise you, was not easy, and that one's upside down. Okay, so let's turn these around a little bit. Oh, yeah, with this many, I forgot how many, I forgot how many cards I used. But there was a whole bunch more, but some of them just didn't fit. So let me find the other side to this. And I may just have to rethread it, which would kind of suck, but, you know, hey, it is what it is, right? But you can get an idea of how I did it. Look how many. You like the cat too? Oh, yeah. Now I forgot if I was upside down or right side up. Okay, so that's upside down. That's right side up. Yeah, teach me to think, right? Uh-oh. All righty. So let's start pulling some of these off and making sure they're right side up. Because obviously when I was putting them together, okay, that one's upside down. Oh, come on. Don't tell me all of them are upside down. Unless I'm backwards and I just put them upside down. I probably did. Yeah. I mean, look how beautiful that one is. I love it. And some of the holes didn't go over very well. You can see that. But it was my first time and I didn't know any better. So let's see. These are right side up. So we'll leave these here. But I've been watching and looking for other YouTube videos to see how, to see how others have done. I mean, look at her. Look how fabulous that is. Yes, that's my kitty in the background. Hi, Angela. I'm doing the steampunk reveal. Yeah, my mystery project. But look how beautiful she is. But yeah, my cat, I just got her last month. Well, no. Yeah, last month. My son and my daughter-in-law are moving to Texas. And they have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 goldfish. I told them I'd take the cat, one of the cats. And hi, Tanya. Hi, Carol. I'm so glad you guys are here. I really am. This is one of those things that I really wanted to share. Like, look how beautiful she is. I love this. Now I'm pulling all of these off. If you don't if you guys weren't here when I said, is because a couple of them are upside down, and of course I would have to pull every single one of them off to fix them. So thanks, Aunt Bex. She's what I was saying about her was that you know, my son and my daughter-in-law are leaving for Texas. And, oh my gosh, look at her. Isn't she just yummy? They're getting rid of their animals. I said I'd take a cat. I didn't want to take one of the dogs because they're huge dogs, and I live in an apartment right now. Look at her. And so we took this one, and he named her Kitty Purry. So that's her name, is Kitty Purry. Hi, Rome. Thanks. This honestly was the first time I ever did anything steampunk. I've been working on steampunk since I started this, but this right here, all of this was the first time for me. So some of it may look a little like it doesn't make sense, but I was trying. Like I said, it was my first time. And my steampunk hat was the first big steampunk thing I ever made. Yeah. So, thanks, Bex. So, yeah, like I said, right now, I'm trying to make sure these are all right side up, unless I just flip them upside down. Oh, and this one, I forgot to round the corners. So, all right. Set that there. Oops. Oh, yeah. This one was one of my favorites. Check her out. I really hope you guys can see her. There she is. Isn't she fabulous? Look at that. I love it. So yeah, when I was doing my research and I was looking at all of these beautiful women, that is what attracted me to try something like this. And honestly, I didn't have any clue as to where to start. None. And you want to know who helped me the biggest? Yes, Rome. Her name is Kitty Purry. Yep, not Katy Perry, but Kitty Purry. All right, let's see. Like I said, I'm just making sure these are all right side up because apparently I goofed on a couple. Okay, those are right side up. But yeah. Now these, I believe these are the 1.5 inch rings. I don't think the Dollar Tree had, no, they're the 2 inch. These are just the 2 inch book rings that I got. So, but yeah, the person who helped get me on the track and keep my head in the game the correct way is Miss Angela Rossetti. Yep, she loves steampunk and has, see, now that one was upside down. Okay, that's upside down, but now I can't figure out how. There we go. Okay. She was the one that helped me get my head on right and helped me find a way to focus. I don't know if these are her tattoos or if this is just like a bodysuit she's wearing, But check that out. Oh my gosh. Hi, Carrie Ann. Thanks for coming. But yeah, Angela, she got my head right when it came to steampunk, and she pretty much basically told me to get my own head out of my butt and just run with it. All right, so now that they are all the same direction, let's go ahead and start. Now this was the difficult part, all right, because being my first time, I had no idea, you know, the logistics about doing something like this. And so not all of my holes are in the same spot. So it leaves for kind of a lumberjaw effect. But when it's spread out and on the carousel or the turntable, I'm really hoping that, you know, it won't be as noticeable. My amateurness. Is that a word? Amateurness? I can't tell. Amateurness. Probably not, but, you know, hey, my daughter, she's in her 30s now, but when she was a teenager, she walked to her own beat, you know. She sang her own tune. These images, I got almost all of these images from, I got them from Google Image. I got them from Bing. Some of them I got from Pinterest. They're all royalty free. I didn't, you know, steal anybody's ideas or anything like that. But yeah, and she does. She walks her own beat. So she used to make up her own words. And it used to crack us up because, you know, she'd come up with these words like, we would say rehabilitation, right? This is just an example. Rehabilitation. Not her. Her word was rehabilitation. And even now, to this day, I have a hard time not saying it her way, because her way is so much more fun. But yeah, rehabilitation. That was how she would say it. And all of us were like, you know, where did you come up with words like this? And she says, I don't know. It's just my dictionary. And then my dad, oh my gosh, he's hilarious. He'll sit there and he'll ask me how to spell a word, right? And I will tell him, you know, how to spell a word. And then he'll come back later and he will have spelt it wrong anyways. I'm like, Dad, I gave you the correct spelling. I said, so that's not how you spell it. And he'd say, well, it is in my dictionary. So, but yeah. If you haven't watched any of my other live streams or any of my other videos, I haven't really been, you know, super prolific on the video account the last couple, well, I'd say the last month, only because I've been working really, really hard on putting together my auction. But if you watch my videos, you'll notice my dad in there sometimes. And oh my gosh, he is an absolute nut. I promise. He gives Angela a hard time all the time. Ask her. But he's going to be providing live entertainment during the auction. Okay, that one doesn't want to go in there for some reason. Now, why? Okay, we'll put this out for a minute. There we go. Trying to make it so none of them are upside down again. That's the only reason this thing is. I tore it apart again. Well, opened it, not tore it apart. I said, this was my very, very first attempt at steampunk. Uh-oh, chat go. There you are. Oh, thank you, Rome. I keep telling him you guys probably would like to see him a lot more than you would me. And he's like, well, I can't do that. I'm like, why? He says, because then I wouldn't be able to aggravate you so much. Yeah, it is all in good fun. Okay. Now, this is the part that I had the difficulty with last time. Because all right, trying to keep the one side, you know, still on there and trying to thread the other side was a bit, ooh. Okay, so let's see. And I don't want to put them upside down again, so. And it's funny because they'll, make sure I got them right side up. Yeah. And they'll all, come on. And they all work together after you get them all put up. So, all right, that one is not going to cooperate. Big project for first time. Yeah, it really was. But, you know, hey, if you're going to dream, you might as well dream big, right? All right. Let's pull this guy back off because he didn't want to fit. But he's awesome, isn't he? Look at that raven. All right. He might fit when it's not as fat. All right. Still making sure I'm right side up because, you know, hey, I'm goofy like that, you know? Oh. Yeah. So doing some of these, I had no idea what I was doing, but I dreamed big. Ow, 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 ow. Itch, itch, itch. Thanks, Angela. Yeah, I didn't want to start off doing something that somebody else had already done and done it a whole lot better than me. See, this way, if I can get out there first, at least there's a lot more room for improvement. And I won't feel so bad. That way somebody can always improve on my idea and be like, yeah, she did it, but mine was better. Which is perfectly okay with me. I am not one of those people who said, oh my gosh, I thought of a word, so I must, you know, patent it so nobody else can get credit. I really don't care. Art is art. Art is sharing. If you don't share and you think it's yours, then, you know, there's something wrong. Because you cannot patent creativity. I'm sorry. You just can't do it. At least not in my opinion. All right. Now, I really am getting there. I probably shouldn't have done this, but there was one upside down, and if I'm going to put it all, or actually there was more than just one, but if I was going to put it all together, it would look pretty funny if you're flipping through it and you see, you know, somebody standing there upside down, or there's an upside down horse or whatever. Now, when I was originally going to do this, I originally had thought I was just going to use like steampunk carousel horses. And I was going to cut them out and put them on, you know, and make them look like an actual carousel. And I got to think, oh my gosh, that was so much harder than this. Go figure. Even though this seems, you know, And this was very labor intensive. Like I said, it took me a good month and a half just to do all of the cards. And if I hadn't gotten burned out on doing ATCs for a while, I probably would have redone some of these. But, you know, hey, it's going in a carousel. You're not going to be able to see any of the oopses, so to speak. So I'm hoping that, you know, it'll just come as it does. So once I put these on, I had a question for you guys, and I thought this would be semi-interactive. Now, this is metal, okay? And it's my turnstile, you know, so it's gonna turn. What do you think would be, I don't want to use hot glue, because obviously hot glue will just peel right off. Do you think E6000 will work? That's my question. Gluing onto metal. The E6000 will work. It's supposed to work on anything, right? Oh yeah, she's my favorite. All right, now let's see if my Raven will fit. Okay, looks like it fits a whole lot better than it did. All right, what's this one? This one doesn't want to. Okay, guys, we're going to have to do surgery. I'm going to have to cut one out. It'll take a while to dry. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to have to sacrifice one for the good of the others. I'm not pulling them all off again, so guess what? All right, this one's coming off. That one did not want to behave. There, see, now the rest of them are fitting in there just right. Okay, I can deal with taking for a while to dry, as long as it works. I even have lights. Now, it took me a while to get to this point before, because I could have finished this a while ago. But my dad and I were trying to find out a way to make it motorized. And, I mean, there are a couple of, you know, engine kits, motor kits on, thank you, Rome and Tanya. But yeah, there was a couple of engine kits and stuff that weren't that expensive. Okay, now that one's upside down. Let me see. There we go. But it wasn't working. It wouldn't have worked the way we wanted it to. Because I wanted to be able to, oh my gosh, look at her. I love her. Come on, focus, please, focus. Anyway, we wanted a way to motorize it, and we were having a really hard time. So finally, Dad came up with the idea of, he found this solar-powered robot. Well, I didn't realize it was solar-powered. Or solar-powered. Okay. Oh, yeah, that goes together much better. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Anyways, so we were going to use this solar-powered robot. And he couldn't figure out how to work it. So he took it to a kid at church. The kid was probably 8 or 9 years old. But he's like a Jimmy Neutron genius. And so Dad took it to him to put together for him. And then we had all gotten busy. You know, there was Vacation Bible School and then church camp and all of that. So it got put on the back burner. So finally, Dad lit a fire up under him and said, you know, hey, can you do this thing for us? And he finally finished it. And when we brought it home, because we were going to attach it to the side of this thing, right? And have it just move round in a circle. So it would pull the carousel, you know, it would pull the carousel in a circle. Well, the solar power wasn't strong enough to get it to hardly move across the table, let alone attach anything to it. I mean, Dad even made his own top hat for the robot. It was so awesome. So, but that is why this kind of went on the back burner for a little bit, because we were really trying for a very long time to figure out how to make this motorized. And I also have fairy lights. There we are. Some LED lights that I was going to go on. That's going to go on it. You know, so I mean, it wasn't just something that that I was throwing together. I was really trying to be, you know, kind of semi-awesome cool about it. Let me grab my other thingy really quick. I can find it. Ah, there it is. Stay. No, let go. Let go. All right. And all of this I did using recycled stuff and stuff I got from Happy Meal. All right. The hat itself was made out of foam that I painted. I mean, it's really, really light. It's craft foam, you know. And I did do a video on this if you're interested on how to whatever that is, you know, how to make a steampunk hat. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Now this, we're going to start putting it together. This is why I wanted to come live, because I was like, yes. All right. This is cement tape, I believe, or drywall tape. It's called fiber tape. And sticky on one side. But before I do that, I wanted to kind of paint this up a little bit to give it a little bit of color, even though it will be hidden for the most part. And this. I'm trying to find my teal because I think that'd be pretty. The only thing that I haven't really been able to work out in my brain is how even though I know the whole point about steampunk is being gritty and industrial and stuff like that, is I like to toss in, you know, an extra color here or there just to kind of mix it up a little. There we go. Okay. Now this, oh come on, where the heck did you go? There it is. I keep one of those recycled shopping bags, you know, those plastic ones you buy for 99 cents at the grocery store and you just reuse them over and over and over again. I keep those under my desk, or I keep one on my desk. And it's got all my drop papers in them that I use. So, and this is no science. So, look, I'm just putting some paint on it. Sure, let go. And I want a little bit of this berry. I think this berry is fabulous. Okay. I said, I'm not doing anything. I'm just throwing it all in there. See you later, Tanya. Thanks for coming. Grandbabies are so awesome, aren't they? So, let me add a little bit of water. And I didn't want too many colors because I didn't want it to look like a Looney Tune threw up on it. But, okay. Oh! What I was going to say was everything that that I've used is all recycled stuff. The ATCs were made out of, you know, like cracker boxes and cereal boxes and things like that. A lot of the other stuff, like I said, when it was even printed out on the computer, it the papers themselves were like the backs of invoices and things like that. So all of this is pretty much recycled stuff. Hi, Stacy. Thanks for coming, sweetie. I'm doing I'm trying to finish this up. I really hope I get this done today because it's one of those things where you hope, it's one of those projects that's been on the back burner that you really hope will, you can finish and kind of check it off your list and say, ching, that one's done. So, yeah, my kitty's in the background. When I got her, she still is. She's obese. My son and my daughter-in-law love to feed her. And I don't even know if it's that, but because, you know, they had so many animals in the house, they had to keep the cat food in the bathroom, the dog food in the dining room, and then the fish food, obviously, is just in the cupboard, but still. So many animals. She got this, not obsessive compulsive, but she wants to eat all the time. She's afraid she won't have any food. And she would end up eating her food, Otis's food, the dog's food, and she got fat. I mean, pretty fat. So now that we've had her, I've had her for about a month, and she's already lost 4 pounds. That's pretty good for a cat. I mean, 4 pounds is a lot, but she's like, she should weigh anywhere from, as big as she is, probably 8 to 12 pounds, and she weighs about 18 now. So she's still a little bit heavy for her thing, and she needs her shots. So we're hoping that when we take her to the vet, you know, the vet will be able to give us a better idea, because we're changing vets. We're not taking her to the same vet they were. But yeah. Okay. So what I was going to do with the tape is, since that's drying, let's put this off to the side. I want to see how wide this is, because I want to be able to cover this, but at the same time, I don't want it to drag on the ground. So that's 1 inch. Yeah, she is losing weight. I haven't weighed her. So my 4 pounds guesstimate is, that's all it is. It's a guesstimate. But even Dad said, she come walking into the living room the other day, and Dad says she has lost weight. I said, told you. Oh, come on. Now I won't be able to find the top of this. Okay, this is going to really, really stink because I really want this. Oh, Dad, update. They're going to do surgery on his shoulder the 18th of this month. And I told him, I said, you know, you got to get that taken care of, because, you know, I need you for my auction on the 4th. He's like, oh, that's the only reason I need to get my shoulder taken care of? I said, well, yeah, you've been dealing with it for the last 20 years. You could deal with it for another 20. But yeah. Okay, I'm having the most devil of a time. And there it is. I see all I had to do was just throw it down and stop looking, right? Just move you off to the side. Trying to... I don't know if this will work. And it probably won't because I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's just cut a piece and see where we go with that. I will put you off to the side for now. Hopefully that will dry soon. Moved in the house in December. Oh, well, 8 pounds. Well, it depends on how big he is, because German Shepherds normally run, I mean, they're a good-sized dog. That's one of my favorite breeds, is a German Shepherd. Okay, so I'm going to take this about an 1/8. Yeah, I'm going to take it about an 1/8 of an inch shorter than the 1 inch that it says it needs. Only because I don't want it to drag. Now I'm using an old Dollar Tree pair of scissors whenever I cut sticky, cardboard, stuff like that, because I don't want my other scissors to get dull. You pay good money for a good pair of scissors and you use them a couple times and then they get dull, and that's really, really frustrating. Especially when they tell you, oh, you'll never need to sharpen these. You're right. So I use, like I said, my dollar store scissors when I cut cardboard, when I cut tape, when I, when I'm trimming something. But I keep paper for everything. He's a big boy, huh? Is he pure blood, Space? Yeah, I love Shepherds. You can't have that, you goof. This will get stuck on you, and I will laugh my butt off if it's chasing you all the way around the house. All right, so that one is, it's still got sticky on one side. Yeah. Now, I have a question. Can you trace his lineage, or is he like pure blood just by papers? If that makes sense. Only reason I'm asking is because Shepherds, one of the ingrained inherent traits in them is because they've been inbred so much, they have difficult time with hip dysplasia and things like that when they get older. And that's my, that was my concern. Now this, I'm going to trim it down. The ATC that I cut out of the carousel, only because she didn't want to fit. Okay, now I can use her as a tag. So it's not totally lost. He's pure purchased blood with papers. Yeah. Let's see. Shepherds have the hip problems. And I can only speak about the breeds that I'm familiar with. And Cocker Spaniels. I never knew. Okay, I thought they were just the most adorable things in creation. But I never knew that Cocker Spaniels were born to be little old lady watchdogs, or bred, not born. Little old lady watchdogs. And that's why they're so daggum hyper. Here we go. And we will put this little guy out of the way. But at the same time, they have little patience. and will snap, and they have no patience for children. Not a lot of them anyway. And it really does depend on how they were born and bred and that type of thing. And of course, how they were raised. Oh, where is my little blue thing? Oh, here it is. Duh. Are you hiding? She's hiding back there in all my stuff, which is kind of funny. Uh-oh. Yeah, this was on a cracker box. And some of the... There. All right. One day I'll get my poop in a group. Okay. Some of the paper was from the backing that I used the ATC on. Yep. So, okay, so back to Dad and his arthritis. I get off on these rabbit trails. Oh my gosh, I'm worse than the White Rabbit and Alice in Wonderland. It's like, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. The hurrier I go, the behinder I get. Oh, while this is drying, because this is, yeah, it's still a little wet. I wanted to show you guys something. At a thrift store, or yeah, it was somebody's consignment shop. When I was still in Kentucky last year, I'd stopped in here and just, they were like, everything you can fill in this bag for $5. So I bought like 3 bags and I stuffed those puppies full. One of the things that I stuffed in the bag was some iron-ons. Okay, I thought, all right, this is cool, right? Oh, the cat knocked it down. But they were fairy iron-ons. And I was holding on to it and holding on to it, and I didn't quite know what I wanted to do. Well, I had some canvas boards. I figured, well, I might as well. I'll give it a try and see what I can do. They were iron-ons for T-shirts. But I thought, okay, let me try it on a canvas board, because you can do napkins and things like that. And I thought, okay, it's old. They were crinkled. I didn't even figure they would work. And it took a lot of time and effort to make sure it worked, because the paper didn't want to come off after I ironed it. It melted the back of the board, the glue on the back of the board, you know. So it was a big erg. So, but I did some texture paste and some brick, and then some painting. Let me see if you guys can see this. All right. All right. But that's what I ended up, this was one of them, and there was another one that goes with it, but I did some matte gel and some eggshells and stuff like that I haven't painted, and I also did some texture paste. But, yeah, I texture pasted some brick wall, and this right here was part of a stencil from Gabrielle Polacco. This brick wall was a Dilution stencil, and then I painted it with a watered down metallic gray and Worn Penny. So, but I'm not done. I just wanted to show you what I did. Let me go grab the other one. I haven't painted it yet. Uh-oh. Just knock it over. It's never going to dry if you knock it over. All right, so let me grab the other one really quickly to show you what I got going with that. And these are going to be in the auction too. I'm not done, but still. What? I'm not feeding you. It's not time to eat yet. I'll get you some water in a minute. Grandpa will be home, and then he can get you some water. Okay. Now, this is the other one that I started, and I haven't painted it yet. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way so we can at least, I can pull it in and you can see it. Okay. I guess I'll just hold it up some. I stenciled some brick on the outside. You can't see it right away because obviously, you know, it's not been painted yet. And then here's some eggshells. I used some matte gel medium in to give some texture. And now when I did this, okay, I started out using the Eileen's khaki glue. No, it wasn't going to work. And I thought, I bought some matte gel just for this purpose, you know, for creating texture and being able to glue things onto canvas boards. And so I dug that out. The eggshells, if you wanted to use eggshells in, you know, creating texture, it's an awesome, what do you call it? Texture medium, eggshells. That and coffee grounds. But what I do with mine is I rinse my eggshells out really, really good because they've always got that slimy membrane in it. Even if you think you got it out, no, it's always there. Okay, and then I crumble them up and I dry them on paper towels on a cookie sheet. Yeah, they were iron-on. And it took me forever to get them. And then the paper, when I would pull them off, it didn't want to pull off. So I had to wait until this cooled and then squirt it with water and then rub it like you would doing a transfer. And it took forever, but the backing finally came off. But yeah, these were just iron-ons on this is a 12 by 16 canvas. But if you wanted to do the eggshells, yeah, I rinsed them, I crumbled them up, I dried them on paper towels on a cookie sheet, and I let them dry for a couple days. All right, then I sprayed them with alcohol. Okay, flipped them, mixed them up, blah, 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 laid them out, spread them out, and let them dry again. And then I sprayed them with alcohol again. Now, I did notice even, let me see. I'm going to grab it real quick because I'll show you how I store them. Okay, see? That's how I keep mine, a little baggie. Now, even doing that, let me pull it up. You see how you still have that membrane that kind of holds them together? I don't know if you can see that very well. But it's almost like a paper now. So you can either peel that off or use it with your texture. Me, I use mine with my texture because I'm not that, you know, it doesn't bother me. But then after I put it in here, I squirted a little bit more alcohol in it. One, it helps dry it out. Two, it helps keep any mold or mildew in case you put them in here still damp. His name is Hank. Aw. Let's see, I also keep a little baggie. I don't keep a whole lot because I drink so much, but used coffee grounds. Now, I do the same thing with these. I lay them out on wax paper, not paper towel, because a paper towel will eat up all your coffee grounds. And then I sprayed it with alcohol. And that kept it from mildewing. So I use them both for texture. Oh. But, so when this one gets painted, I'm hoping, you know, that these two will be a nice set together. Okay. Well, it's going to be as dry as it's going to be, right? Okay. Now to figure out how to get the cap of this thing off. There we go. But yeah, so see which side do I want. It doesn't really matter. That's the easy side. All right, let's do this side. All right, first thing I'm going to do is, oh, come on. Find my little pokey tool. There we go. I got a set of dental tools at the Dollar Tree, right? You get like a dental pick, a couple other different things. Oh, now it's coming out. Durr. Anyways, but I find it works really, really nicely to help me get out things like, you know, from my die cuts, or helps me scrape something. Helps me poke out, you know, holes, unclog tubes, things like that. All right, so that's going to go there for now. And I really hope I put this thing on even. It looks even to me. All right, so that's going to set like that for a minute. It's still a little damp, so you can see that, but not as bad as it was. Okay. Oh, and I like the idea that it hangs off the lip. Hangs off just a little bit. See, can you see that? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and run it along the outside of this. Now it's not glued on there yet, but there's a little bit of sticky on the tape, enough to hopefully hold it on until I can get it in position, measured, and cut. Oh, wow. That's kind of cool because I didn't measure it and I only have a little bit left over. So that's kind of awesome. I didn't mean to use him, but oh, come on. Stay. There. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that meat's in the middle. And then we'll flip it over. And see, that's what the side will look like. Are you Sullivan area? No, I don't think I've ever even heard of Sullivan. I'm in the south corner of Misery. That's what I call it. Down in the boot heel is what they call us. And yeah. I mean, I can get to Joplin going west, St. Louis going north, Memphis going south, and east, I believe, is Nashville. You're an hour and a half from St. Louis? Which way? North, south, east, or west? Because I'm about 2.5 hours south of St. Louis. But that's still close enough. We can do a girls' day. That would be awesome, a girls' craft day. Find out if there's an expo in, you're an hour and a half west from St. Louis. Which would probably put you about 4 hours from me. Yeah, that wouldn't be very far at all. That would be cool. Okay, so let's hope that's dry. Now, I need a glue that's thinner. Okay, let's try this one. Because I need to glue this. But yeah, and that would be cool to do you know, like spend a day doing crafting. Collaborate and do a live stream together. That would be fun. Me, I'm just trying to glue the tape onto the platform that I'm using for the base of the carousel. I'm glad that package got to you, Stace. I was worried. Okay, so does anybody have any specific plans for summer? Okay, so while that is drying, I'm going to start on this. My summer is pretty much just doing whatever. Oh, you guys. Well, let me do this and then I can show you because that way I can do something while this is drying. I went to Tuesday mornings. I haven't been in a couple of months because I'm on a budget. And for me, I have to figure, where I'm going to spend my money each month. And this month I had to get a new bed. So I was a little bit behind on my craft wish list, so to speak. But I went to Tuesday morning. And one of the crafting styles I really like with their stamps and with their stencils is dilutions. I like their whimsy, their style of whimsy. Yeah, the heat does stink. But when I was in Tuesday mornings, they had a whole peg full of stamps. Now, if you're familiar with dilutions, when they sell a stamp set, a lot of times they'll sell a stencil to go with it, and you're usually looking at anywhere from $12 to $20 when you're purchasing a dilution stamp set and stencil set. But they had this peg full of different styles, and I went ahead and got one of everything that they had there and didn't realize, but I got two of the same one for one design. So that one's going to go as a giveaway in my auction. And I'm painting this because this is going to be the center piece that goes up into the center of the carousel. But I wanted some color on it. I didn't want it to, I didn't want it to disappear. So as soon as I get this painted and set aside to dry, I'll show you. I'll show you the ones I got. Okay, that's pretty. Now we'll put that right there, and I got to figure out a place to put this. Oh, well, hell's bells. Okay, let's just hope it stays upright. Let's set it right here. No, 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 don't fall. Don't fall. Yay! Okay, it's straight up and down. And let's pull this. The reason I brought it up is because it looks good on my thumb. Is these things. Whoops. In my Facebook group, right, I have in one of our files our crafty wish list type thing. One of the things, which I ended up going in and deleting because I found these at Hobby Lot or at Tuesday Mornings, was the ink gold, like rub-on metallic paints. Okay, I love those things. Never had any, always wanted to try them. But these, I found these at Tuesday Mornings. They're from My Art Company. Okay. And this is a rub-on. This is gold. And they had another one that was copper. Now, copper is my favorite color. Okay, Rome. We'll be here for a little while, so if you want, come back and spend some more time with us. But thanks for coming by, sweetie. Love you too. So I grabbed these. This is one of the things that I got at Tuesday Mornings the other day. And then, okay. Make sure. I think I probably put the other two away, but that's okay. Okay, the point is, when I pulled these off, they came with little, little plastic cups like this. Well, they're perfect for little, paint pots and things like that. So I keep them. And, okay. But then there's this one. And this one came with a leafy stencil. I don't know if you can see that. That looks right there. That's the one that came by. All right. And I did pull that out because I was using it on a journal. On a journal that I was making. Vintage cookbooky type journal. So we'll put that right there. Whoops. Well, that fell. Okay, then there's this one. And then this came with the stencil that I haven't used yet. Okay. And then this one. I love this one. The stencils kind of match with it, this one. Right? This one's also got, it says love rocks. Where there is love, there is no darkness. And it is love that makes the impossible possible. Now, I'm a believer in love for the sake of, I love my grandchildren. I will die. I will walk through fire for them. That I kind of gave up on the institution of love as a relationship type thing a long time ago. Alrighty. Uh-oh. The picture for that one's not even there. Okay. Then there's this one. And I love this because you can mix and match the legs. You see? I love that one. Don't remember the stencil. Yes, I do. And I put it up. Actually, I have something that will show you what the stencil was. So give me just a second to grab it out. All right, where did you go? Because I just had you. Well, anyways, it looked like vintage, a vintage Harlequin with all the diamond shapes. Okay. Then there's this one that just came by a stencil all by itself, little bitty wings and curly cues and stuff like that. And I thought that was really pretty. And I love this one. Look at that one. So yeah. But that was what I'd gotten at Tuesday mornings. Yes, I'm live. You want to say hi? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I had to have gotten it from you or Mom. I know, but I have. Okay. Oh, Angela says hi, David. He says hello, dear. Okay. Now, Dad had to go to the doctor's, and I had this thing that we found out when I had my hysterectomy. Okay. Apparently, I'm allergic to succinylcholine, which is the main ingredient in most anesthesias. That means my body doesn't want to wake up after anesthesia. The paralytic that they use in anesthesias, which is the succinylcholine, won't leave my system. And it makes for a very scary, sometimes fatal type of disease. Now, when they discovered that I had it, I had to then go and you have to warn or have tested the generation above you and the generation below you. Like my dad, my mom, that type, my generation, and then my children. My children had to be warned. So whenever they go in for surgery, they have to tell them, my mom has malignant hypothermia, which is an allergy to succinylcholine because it's hereditary. And please tell me you are dry. Okay. And, so Dad is getting ready to go for his surgery. And, hi, Pauline. Thanks for coming. The Dad's getting ready to go for his surgery, and they asked him about it. So when we get done, I get to tell him, or we get to go sit down and talk about, that. Even though it should already be in your records, Dad, that I have it. Not that you've ever had it. Okay, well, you need to. Just in case. That might have been one of the problems you were having when you got sick with the Crohn's. No? Okay. Anyway. There we go. Okay. So this is set. Before I put these on, I can decorate the side if I want, but I'm not sure I'm going to. I think I'm just going to leave it plain. Oh, my fingers are sticky. That's the one thing I cannot stand about this, the green Tombow. Okay. I haven't had any problem with the blue Tombow, but this is the green one with the green cap. And, oh my gosh, to me, it is so aggravating. It's supposed to be repositionable, which means it stays sticky. It doesn't matter how long it sits there. All right. It stays sticky. So a lot of times if I have something that I've used this for, because I bought this in bulk. I bought like 10 tubes for $30 or something like that. And so I've used it several times. And if you don't, what do you call it? If you don't cover it up, it just stays sticky. So I've had to take actually baby powder and my, a big fluffy paintbrush and dust it over any exposed areas that I didn't wipe off all the glue or whatever, because, like I said, it stays sticky and it's aggravating as all get out, especially when it gets on your hands because it doesn't dry. You can't wipe it off. It just stays sticky. So let me pull my paintbrush out of the paint water. And set that aside. Okay. So now what I'm going to attempt to do, whether I will be able to or not, is going to be seen. Okay. I'm going to pull this down a little bit because obviously it's not showing it. Hi, Marie. Good morning. So I've got one that's sticking up and I'm going to trim this. Yes, because like I said, this was my first time and I didn't know any better. Okay, there. Now, for all intents purposes, this is going to go right in here. Okay, like that. That's going to be my hole, whatever you call it. And my hat is going to go on top of that, which is probably way too big. But, you know, hey, it's my party. I'll cry if I want to. Okay. Okay, now I did notice these Kleenex wet wipes, Gentle Clean, don't work as well for craft cleaning. I find the generic baby wipes work so much better. So what are you up to, Pauline? What's going on with you? So let's set this off to the side for now. While we attach that. Set this aside. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Hi, Paula. Good morning. So we're having fun. I'm finally putting together this mystery steampunk project that I've been touting for a couple months now. In fact, since I first started my channel. No, this is probably not. Oh, this is way beyond being a perfect circle. But good enough for government work, right? Okay. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. And hugs to you as well. Thank you, Paula. This is, I think, my third or fourth live stream, and a couple of live streams are with my grandchildren, so I don't even really count those. Those are just fun and amusing to watch, if not very painful. Yes, very painful to watch some. Okay, now, I do not know how that is going to work, but let's see. Okay, so this is my hat. I really can't turn it upside down because I don't want to squash what's on the hat itself. But I do need to paint one side of this. So let's just paint it silver and teal. How's that? Give it a little bit of teal. You're working in your craft room, Paula? I've been doing that for 2 days. I actually got a whole lot done, surprisingly. I myself was surprised that I was organizing, and then I thought, might as well just go ahead and keep going. You guys ever do this where you go to the store, or you hit a thrift store, and you know, you buy a bunch of goodies and you bring it home and you really just don't know where to put it? So mine's usually set in bags in a corner until I get round to it. Right? Those are my get around bags. Until I get around to it. Putting them away. Well, after... Okay, Pauline. You know, after a couple of months, those get around to it bags add up. And I got tired of looking at them. So yesterday, I went ahead and got around to it. I went ahead and just got around to it. Yeah, well, see, you know, you'd think I have a whole lot, Angela, but I don't. I really don't. I've got one little corner in my bedroom. You've seen it. And it's all about creative organization, I think. Seriously. Creative organization. Because once you get it organized and everything goes in a spot. But if you mess it up and you get one thing wrong, then kapow, everything just goes to hell and you don't know what to do with it. Paula, this is a lot of fun. I did the last one I did. Oh my gosh, we were laughing so hard. Paula, do you know Stacey Evans from Pink Poodle? She's our Pink Poodle mama. I was doing a live stream, and I guess she was cleaning during my live stream. And so she had me on in the background. And apparently I had said a word that struck her interest, and she popped on, and we all had a really good laugh about that. But during the day, it's more, you know, laid back. But night times when I do lives, it's a little bit more free range, so to speak. And yeah. Okay, I gotta set this. Okay, let me just set that right there for a minute so I can do this. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I made something else for the live stream or for the auction, and I'm not done yet. Okay, I made a cork wreath. There are 90 corks on this one wreath right here. Now, I haven't done the ribbon, and I want to get the grapes and stuff like that, but oh my gosh. I got to tell you the story about these corks. So funny. We went to a wine tasting at a local winery in Kentucky. It was called the Purple Toad. And in their little gift shop, they had this little basket with wine corks in it. And I thought, you know, I expected I'd probably pay $0.25 a piece, maybe, you know. And so I asked him, I said, how much are your wine corks? And he says, oh, you can have them. They're free. I went, really? He said, yeah. So I dumped the wine corks into a little bag, and I put the bag in my purse. I thought, okay, that's cool. And we did our wine tasting, and I happened to ask him, I said, do you guys have like big bags in the back that I can buy, you know, wine corks? And he said, well, how many wine corks do you want? I said, well, as many as you can spare, you know, as long as it's not going to cost me my firstborn, because she was standing right there with me, which was kind of funny. But he says, okay, well, give me a minute, and I'll see what I can do for you. Well, we did our wine tasting. My daughter and her mother-in-law were doing more, and I was kind of done. I'm not a real big wine drinker. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for coming. Hi, Teresa. And So they were still tasting different wines, and I was done. You know, I had my couple of oyster crackers. I kind of got that bitterness out of my mouth, and I went kind of wandering, and I sat down in their little dining hall area and was reading through a magazine. And my daughter comes in there a few minutes later, and she's got this huge shopping bag full of wine corks. And I looked at it, I'm like, what the heck is that? What did you buy? You know, because I didn't see what it was. And I opened it up, and it was full of wine corks. I laughed so hard. I'm thinking he's going to give me this little lunch sack full of wine corks, right? No. This, he probably gave me close to 3,000 wine corks in that one bag, maybe 2. Yeah, 2,000 wine corks in that one bag. That's how big that bag was. I was tripping. I was laughing so hard. So now what to do with wine corks? Well, I saw at an auction one time. I went to a charity auction, and it was a lot bigger, and I bid on it, but I didn't bid. I didn't win the bid. And it was a wine cork wreath that had grapes hanging from it and grape leaves and everything. And it was absolutely beautiful. It looked so classy. Now it was a lot bigger than this one, but it's one of those things where I can do that cheaper and I can do that better, right? Well, I won't necessarily say better, but this is my beginning. Now, when I'm able to get back to Hobby Lobby, because that's where I'll go to get my grapes and my grape leaves and stuff like that, and my ribbon, that I can finish decorating it. And then this will be in the auction as well. But yeah, I counted them, every single one of them. There's the back. But there are 90 wine cork, and they're used. They're not brand new. I mean, you can see where they had the corkscrew put in it. So, but I wanted to share that with you because I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, that is still not dry. What is it with boozer? No, now my daughter, on the other hand, I can call her a boozer. When I first got down here to the South, okay, you know, you always hear them make, you know, if you're not from the South, you hear about, you know, homemade wine and, you know, stuff like that. Well, when I first got down here, we went to this karaoke place, and it was this little backwoods garage in the middle of the woods somewhere, okay, which was fabulous. I mean, it was so totally, you know, totally rustic. You were really expecting to hear Deliverance playing in the background, but, or dueling banjos. So we stopped at this place. It was a friend of a friend's, and they made their own moonshine. They made their own beer. They made their own wine, that type of thing. And they were like, you've got to try this gooseberry wine. I'm like, gooseberries? Really? That's a real thing? Apparently it is. And I tried 1 cup. I think I was carried out. I don't remember. I'm not a drinker. And, you know, with that was the one thing that kind of put me over the edge. Gooseberry wine, really. That stuff tasted like rot gut whiskey. Okay, come on. Dry. I still haven't, I've been waiting 2 months for my heat gun in the mail since I burnt out my other one on a rock. How can you burn out a heat gun on a rock? Well, very easily, I guess. Because it wasn't a real rock, it was plastic. Hi, Judith. And when I was done with my heat gun, I put it in the little container that I was using to hold it. And those rocks were in the bottom, and it melted the rock, and it overheated my heat gun, so it didn't work anymore after that. So I ordered another one, and I'm still waiting for that puppy to show up. All righty, so let's see. All right, I'm kind of impatient. especially on a live stream because, you know, nobody wants to sit around and watch paint dry, really. Okay. All right, now it's going to be stinky. All right, so now I'm just going to wipe off the excess paint. Hey, it's like I said, it's my party. I can cry if I want to, right? Angela calls me a boozer. Woman, really? Okay. Now, I need to make sure. Okay, that is not going to work. So how do I do this? Okay, I really could use y'all's help. Trying to put this on here. I don't want it to sink. Let me see. No, can't do that. Oh, I hope I don't have to make another hat for it. That would be cool. Oh, well, let's just go with it. There we go. Okay. Now this one I can use my Eileen's tacky glue, right? Oh, you like the hat? Yeah, this is my steampunk hat. I did do a video on it. So there's the front, the sides, there's the back, a little tag. Yeah, I did do a video on making this. So, but I'm wondering if it's not too big for the carousel. Angela, what do you think? Do you think that's going to overpower? Well, I guess you can't really see it from there. You move it back over. It's sideways. Do you think that's going to be too much for the carousel? Or do you think it'll be all right? Hard to tell. I know it's kind of sideways, but let me see what I can do. We're going to go for it anyway. Why not, right? Might as well. I was going to use, ow! I was going to use Eileen's. Oh, there it is. Okay, this was that other stencil that I lost. But I couldn't find, not lost, but this is what the stencil looks like. See, it's like a vintage Harlequin. Okay. Yeah, I know. Ooh, shiny. I was going to use Fabri-Tac, but, tacky glue. God, my brain is just not working today. And I can use hot glue for this. I'm trying to keep it so that it won't squash the bottom. Well, Debbie, the whole point when I started this, you know, when I did the steampunk hat, right, it was a part of my mystery steampunk project, which is what I'm trying to finish today. And like I said, this is all new to me. I've never done this before, and I've never seen anybody else do this, what I'm doing. Now, it might be done out there somewhere. I don't know. So, okay, now that is going to set. Ooh, that's going to be really tall, which is kind of cool because, you know, hey, go big or go home, right? Isn't that how it goes? Now this, before I put it on, there was something I wanted to do. Move that over there, set this aside. Just to kind of give it a little bit of, this is some of my steampunk goodies. Some of the stuff that Angela sent me, and some of the stuff that other people have sent me. Like Angela sent me these. Typewriter keys, little gears, things like that. That's not the right color. She sent me some more wires and gears and stuff, which I think I'm going to put around the bottom. Let me see. And this one was from Kim. Yep. So I've had several people, you know, help me out on this journey. And I have to say, I am so absolutely grateful because I absolutely could not do this without everybody's help. And everybody has been so gracious and so helpful, even with just, you know, advice and things, because me, I'm lost. I don't know half of this stuff. Like I said, I was brand new when I started this. There's some more. All right. Now I have an idea whether it works or not. See, I always have these ideas in my head. Now, whether they work or not remains to be seen. Welcome back, Pauline. You're buffering, Angela? Okay. So this is what I wanted to do. Let's see if this works. Because these are the paper, what do you call it? Die cuts. I figure they'll move better or mold better, and then I can glue these to the center post. I don't know what that thing is called. What that would be called. But let me see. Down there. Oh, I don't even have to use the whole thing, so that's good. Let me mark it. But yeah, so I've been organizing and trying to. All right, now this I am going to use. And I know this is probably the same thing as Mod Podge. Whoops. But I need it a little bit more accessible. All right. It's a concentrated Eileen's tacky glue. Well, I hope this works because it all ended up in the paintbrush. All right, so let's try this. Oh. So what big plans are you guys making for crafting? You guys have any, you know, thing on the burner that you're working on? Me, I'm working on a little bit of everything. Okay. Okay, now that's going to take a minute to soften and the glue to get tacky, and when it does, I can press down the sides. Set this here and show you what I'm doing, and I'm hiding all of this so you can see it better. All right. I'm putting on that center post. Oh, you guys are working on steampunk too, huh? Pretty fun, isn't it? Okay. Now, a lot of these dies were sent to me. Did a die cut swap, and then some just sent them to me because I asked if anybody had any extra die cuts that were steampunk, because I wanted to try to use them. Didn't quite know what I was going to do yet, but at that point, I hadn't had any die cuts yet, or dies for steampunk. Let me put this back down. So I was, and I didn't know what was out there. You know, I really didn't. And some of the things that people sent me were, oh my gosh, I never even knew half of that existed, to be honest. Let me see. Okay, for instance, look at that. You see that steampunk butterfly? Isn't that cool? I mean, totally freaking cool. I found a die that was a steampunk owl. Okay, I haven't gotten it yet. It's in my wish list. But oops. Like I said, once I can squeak that, then I will probably try to order that. You have clusters on the brain? Yeah. I have, I do too, Sherry. And I was thinking about doing some last night because, you know, I have all these extra little pieces and doodads and whatnot. But my brain right now is still stuck on just kind of throwing everything together and stapling them and hoping they look good. I'm wanting something a little bit more structured than that, and my brain's not working. So, well, welcome back, Judith. Thanks, Pauline. I just got the die cut for that butterfly. Let me see, where is it at? I think I put it away. Yeah, imagine that. I put something away. Go figure. Okay. But I can't get my brain stuck on, or unstuck from the same old clusters I've been doing. I want to do them in a different way, and I'm having a hard time coming up with a different way. Okay. Well, this took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but, you know, hey. It took it forever to thinking maybe not such a big piece. When I do the other side, I'll do a couple of little pieces that are loose. Maybe that'll be easier to manage. Wow, these things are going to give me a run for my money, aren't they? Sherry, you've been hoarding steampunk? Yeah. I look at it this way. When I found myself hoarding things, I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with it if it sits in a box? So I've been forcing myself to actually step outside my comfort zone and use my stash. All right. Okay, the liquid glue is just not cutting it for me, so I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue just to get it to stick. Because, of course, I'm a tad bit impatient. Yeah. But, okay. So that's going to set for just a minute. Oh, actually, Sherry, that was an actual dollhouse that I ordered online. The plain basewood dollhouse. And I thought, how much fun would that be? I'm going to order another one, I think, and make a haunted house out of it because I couldn't get that thought or that picture out of my brain when I was making it. No, I couldn't get it to work in, if I'd wrapped it with the corset, Angela, you wouldn't even be able to have told that it was a corset. It would have just, you know, if worse comes to worse, you know, I can draw the lacing, but, yeah, so. Okay, guys. Now this is going to come or turn into the fun part because we're going to try to put this together now. Thanks, Angela. Let me spray this a little. Get the glue out. Yeah, these little hard plastic things are perfect to use. All right. Okay, let me move these out of the way for now. I may put some of my metal embellishments and stuff. Okay, let me do this because this is going to take me way too long. Woohoo! There we go. That was quick and easy. And then I'll put those away in a minute. Ugh. All right, guys, let's see if we can put this thing together and then we can decorate it to our heart's content later. All right. Now, I'm not gluing these on here. Only because I want to be able to, you know, flip through and look at them like this. But so what I am going to do to keep this on here is I'm going to glue this in the center down here like that. So let's put this aside so I can at least measure it and get it somewhat in the middle. Okay, first things first, I'm going to hot glue just to get it in there. I hope that's even. For dead center. Not quite. Okay. Then I'm going to take some A6000 and just kind of There. And then let that set for a minute. And let that dry. But other than that, that's right. Now we've got the lights to do. So while that's drying, we could probably figure out what to do with the lights. So let's move that over. Get it out of the way. And do the hat. Release underneath. Hi, Spanky. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to need batteries, I think. Yep. Somebody left them on. All right. Double A's. All right. Give me just a second. I got to grab some double A's I was not expecting. Let me see if I got some behind me first. Ugh, come on. Nope. All right. I'll be right back. Let me go ask Dad. He's probably got some. Okay, guys, sorry about that. No double A, so we're not going to get to see what it looks like lit up, which kind of sucks. Let me see. I got one more place I can look. No, actually, I'm out. Okay. Well, it was one thing. Hopefully. Oh, well. But we still got to put them on. All right. Now these, I'm debating, take the batteries out of the remote. Well, okay, what I'm making, Spanky, I'm finishing up, trying to, my mystery steampunk project, the one I started when I first started my channel. You know, if you saw my video, you saw me make the hat, right? The steampunk hat. This is like a carousel with steampunk ATCs in it that took me a while to make. Yeah. And this part right here Let go. Okay. Is the base of a carousel that I'm making. It wasn't just a lazy Susan. So I'm going to make a steampunk carousel. And these lights are driving me crazy. I think I'm going to put them together when I get it all together. Let's just do that. All right. So we'll set this one aside for just a minute. And since that is glued on, let me see. Let me grab the baby powder because that Tombow glue is driving me crazy. Yes, I do not like this green lidded Tombow. Woo, that was way too much. Okay. I don't like the green stuff. The green stuff never dries. The blue stuff does. The blue lids. All right. Now this baby powder, okay? And I'm putting it where I had the Tombow glue. Because I hate sticky. But the baby powder smells good. Yay, no more sticky. Yay. Okay. Let me set that aside. Okay. And that is why I love baby powder. Yeah, I can imagine. It's a mess. If you think that's bad, okay, try those gilding flakes. You know how they're so, oh my gosh, they're so delicate, okay? And you've got this little pot of gilding flakes, and you're trying really, really hard not to breathe because you don't want them to fly everywhere. And then all of a sudden you go, pew! And everything just goes poof. Ah, it's a mess. Big time mess. And then you just pray that, you know, you'll find it by the time Jesus comes. Okay. Yay, now I can move it around and it's not so sticky. Now this is going to set. Oh, come on. I know I can do it. There we go. All righty. See, that's what we've got so far, guys. And this is why I didn't want to glue this piece down to the base, because I wanted it to be able to, you know, wanted people to be able to look through it and peek and all that fun, happy stuff. Put my paintbrush up. So that's what we've got so far, guys. I'm going to have pockets of baby powder go poof, poof, poof every time I turn around. But that's fun. Baby powder going poof. It's a lot better than sneezing powder. Alrighty, so now that that is on, let's try to attach the hat. Ooh. Okay. We're going to put the hat right on. Okay, now I'm going to have to turn this on its side so you guys can get an idea. No, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. Because turning you on your side would probably, or turning this on its side would probably not be a good idea. Huh. That looks awfully high. Okay, now please, if you are weak of stomach, close your eyes for this and I can tell you when to open them again because we're going to get kind of wavy. If you don't like roller coasters, all right, please close your eyes. This is going to get kind of crazy for a minute. Whee! Okay. See, look, I got 2 boxes left right there that I got to go through. And that's all I have. That's my craft stuff. Okay, so far, this is what we're looking at. Let me put the board behind it so the other stuff isn't distracting. Whoops. Okay, that wasn't funny. Okay, I'm really trying to keep this. This is not attached. Okay, this is just sitting here. All right, how does that look? Okay, so we're cockeyed. Can't help it. There's that. And then the lights will go around this thing in the middle, the pole. Not quite sure if I should hang more feathers or what. What do you guys think? So that's, you know, the bare bones of it. All right, now, like I said, again, close your eyes if you get car sick because we're fixing to go on a ride so I can put this thing back. Okay. Now we'll put this one back. Now it really does seem like it's a little bit too tall, but that's okay because if you can fill it in, and I think with the lights and everything, I think it'll be okay because there's enough, what do you call it? Enough extra where I can probably put the base underneath the hat. Oh yeah, the base underneath the hat. I just need AA batteries, but that's okay too. Now on that note, I'm going to pull this off and decorate this with some of the things that Angela sent me. Oh, Angela, you missed it. We put it all together. Okay. Let me see how I want to do this. We put it all together. All right, let's see. And then took it all apart again so I could add more stuff. That was awesome. A little computer keyboard, little motherboard. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Ow, that's hot. And I will paint these, you know, grunge them up a little if I need to. Oh, I need a glue stick. But yeah, this is just something that came across my brain. I had no idea if it was even going to work, to be honest. I really didn't. I don't know if you guys know much about personality types and things like that. I may be a goof, but I do have uh, a couple of degrees under my belt. Now, degrees of what? If you ask my dad, he'll tell you it's complete degrees of insanity. But one of my degrees is psychology. And one of the things we learned, or I learned when I was in college, was, you know, I don't know if you're aware, but if you want to go into the field of psychology, psychiatry, anything like that, you have to go through be analyzed, and you have to go through your own counseling yourself. It's just part of, you know, what it takes. And one of the things we do is we went and we would do this. It's called a Myers-Briggs type personality test. And what it is it's this you know, this test that's intensive personality test, this questionnaire. There's like, oh my gosh, it's pages, like 15 pages long. Okay, and you fill it out and then you send it in. This was one of the projects for our grade that we had to do. And it takes them about 4 to 6 weeks to get back, but then you get back your results, and it pretty much tells you what type of a personality you have, whether you're an introvert, an extrovert, you know, that type of thing. And I say all of this because I am, well, I used to be, and I still am in my brain, just not so much in my social life, an extrovert. Now, one of the qualities or the characteristics of an extrovert is that you may not have the answer, but you'll talk it out until you get there. Introverts will sit there and they'll think about it and think about it and think about it until they come up with a solution, and then they'll talk about it, right? Well, me, I'm an extrovert, and I have no patience sometimes with certain things. Other things, you know, you never know. But when I started this project, I had no idea what was involved. I had no idea what it entailed. I'd never even done any steampunk before. So this was totally, totally new. Now, to get back to why I brought up, you know, being the extrovert in the first place, is because, let's see, does that work there? Yeah. because I don't know what's going to happen and I don't know how it's going to work. That's how I figure things out. As I will sit there and I will just work it and work it and work it until it works. And if it doesn't work, then, you know, hey, I'm, actually, I want that on there. So I'm going to leave that there. And this little piece right here. So I do. I work it out until it figures. Until I can figure it out. All right. Now, I'm also going to. Yeah, I'm just taking some of these pieces that Angela gave me. I'm putting them on the skirt that I put around the carousel itself. You guys are awfully quiet. Did you guys just put me on and go watch your soaps? I used to do that to my mom. Oh my God, it used to make her so mad. But she would just read for like hours and just say the same thing over and over and over again. So I'd put the phone down, I'd go brush my teeth, I'd come back and yeah, Mom, I gotcha. Sure, no problem. And I'd set the phone down and I'd go do something else, come back, and she's still Wouldn't be so bad. And I loved my mom, but I just didn't like her very much. But I always tried to respect her. Just the fact that she was my mom. Just watching. See, at least you guys are paying attention, you know. It's like that one day that I said that bad word. Well, not really a bad word, but still, you know, and Stacy was cleaning and she just happened to hear it and that made her pipe up and join the chat. That was funny. Okay. Let that cool. Let's see how that goes. See, some of this stuff you can't really finish decorating until you finally get it all together, and then you can add the pieces that will make it kind of blend, make it look like it's supposed to. You're watching and listening while cleaning, Pauline? Yeah, I don't watch soaps either. I found that I stopped watching them when my daughter was born. That was in 86, 85. She was born in 85, and I think I stopped watching them in 86. I started watching the same ones again in like the 90s, and the storyline was the same. It didn't matter. I mean, it was just totally the same. And you knew what was going to happen. Somebody who died before came back to life and died again and came back to life. And it was just not worth, you know, the couple hours that it would take to spend my days. Oh, see, now that looks kind of cool. Check that out, guys. So I'm thinking I might put some gears or something in there too, but I don't know yet. Get some of these metal ones. Throw them in there if I can find the bigger ones. Oh, I wonder if I could do that. Well, we'll see. Alrighty. Let's turn you back over on its side and throw some gears on it. I'll just put that there. Okay, right now all I'm doing is just adding some touches. Ow, that was hot. Okay, don't do that again. Dur. Oh, sorry if I'm off screen. Not trying to be. Just trying to add some more pieces. Okay. There. All right. Tell me what you think, guys. Do I need anything like right here? I've got one of those black ones I made. I put that there. You'd add more? Okay. Trying to figure out what to add, though. I don't want to just make it all gears. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Alrighty. I have a little baggie full of... Alright, here's some screws. I'll probably use that. Oh, look, I've got a little plastic horse. Yes, Pauline, those are my ATCs. Actually, I might have a watch piece. Let me see. I did. Let me dig it. Let's see, I have that. I have some metal keys. I think that would work. Some little ones and some big ones. Let's see, there's my keys. Some of those. Alrighty. Oh, I've got some chain as well. Probably use some chain, huh? And those say hitch fasteners, but they look like rivets, so I could probably use those. But no, I don't have any other watch pieces that I can recall. Oh wait, here's a bigger chain. I could probably use that. I like the idea of that one better. Thanks, Pauline. It took me about a month to do all of those individual ATCs steampunk style because Like I said, I didn't have a clue. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we can find. Oh, there's a piece of plastic. Ah, there's other plastic horse. I don't know where the heck all these are coming from. I think those are my granddaughter Madison. Bless her heart. She is such a sweetheart. She wanted to get me something for Christmas, but didn't know what to do. And so she went through her bedroom, right? And went through all of her little stash piles of her favorite things. You know, like she had her little plastic horses that she had up on a shelf. So she picked 2 of those. Her little nail polishes, she picked 1 or 2 of those. You know, so she went through out of all of the stuff she had in her bedroom that was hers. All right. And she picked a little bit of everything and gave it to me in a little gift bag. Things that were important to her, she wanted to share with me. And I thought that was the most precious thing I'd ever been given in my life. Hi, Debbie. Actually, I'm making a steampunk carousel. And I'm decorating the skirt on the carousel now. No, I don't want to put those away yet because I might need them. And right now I'm just trying to dig out some more stuff that's steampunky-ish. Alrighty, so let's see. We've got some keys. I'll probably put a key on there. Let's see, where do I need a key? Let's put a key right here. It's, Debbie, it's the picture. It's the, let's see, I started my channel in February or March. And when I started it with, you know, the intent of making a mystery steampunk project. And now it's the culmination of that project. And I'm trying to put it all together now that I finally have pretty much all the pieces needed. But yeah, it was great. I couldn't see straight for a couple days because every time I thought about it, it brought tears to my eyes. She was, I mean, that's what she did. She brought something special from her to give to me. And she shared a piece of her. And I thought that was the most precious thing I could have ever gotten in my life. Mess with that. Okay, let's see. But for her to take that much thought and effort and share with me a little bit of her, you know, special collections. Yeah, how do you top that? You just can't, can you? You really can't. Okay, what I'm doing here is trying to put some chain. And you're not going to be able to see it because every time I try to tilt it, it's going to, yeah, it's going to slide off to the side. So what's up, Daddy? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What do they need to know?
You need to know about your history of hypothermia at birth.
Okay. My history.
And they also need to know what medications you have to take. If it was more than once, all this other stuff. I will get it next time.
Okay. They never sent me home with any medications because of it?
Your high temperature had to be treated while you were on the operating table.
They gave me water and cooled me off. And it wasn't on the operating table. It was after the fact. And I had to breathe into this machine a whole lot. That was it. They didn't give me any specific, you know. Alrighty. So let's see. Uh-oh. No, we don't want that one up there. Okay. We'll put this over here. Alrighty. I want to do a screw or two. Those are too long for that. Okay, there we go, guys. Now put that there. I'm going to go ahead and make it so that this will not come off again. Going to put a screw right here. Probably way too big for this area, but you know, it is. I'm not going to leave it there. I can find another smaller one. I would use this. Okay. That's not going to do. That's not going to do. That one might. Yeah, this is just a whole bunch of stuff that was thrown together because I didn't know what else to do with it. Except my diamonds. Those probably ought not to be there. Not much. Ooh, I do have one little piece of a watch. It's a clasp. Does that help? No, I haven't had a watch in a very, very long time. It's not because I don't want one. It's just I never got around to making or buying one. My son bought me one a few years ago from Avon, and it didn't last very long at all. And I've never replaced it. Okay, I don't see anything else right offhand. Let me do this. You find these things at Dollar Tree. You know, you can get 2 or 3 of them for $1. And they're perfect to put your Mod Podge in, your, you know, paint, your little water things. Like this. I'm just going to put in here. wonder if I can get away with staples. What do you guys think? You think staples would work? That's an old key. I can use that. Oh, when I was cleaning, remember me telling you guys I was cleaning my craft room? I found something my son had given me, let's see, in 1999. He's the one that's been married now 2 years and fixing to leave me and go to Texas. Awful rotten son that he is. No, I'm just kidding. But I found something that he wrote to me when he was still in grade school. And, oh gosh, please let me find it. Oh, phooey, please, please, please. Okay. You guys have got to see this. All right. He will probably absolutely kill me if he knew I was doing this. But it was mine. He wrote it to me, so I can do anything I want, right? All right. That's what it looks like. It says, to the world's greatest mom from Steven. All right. And it says, Happy Mother's Day on this side. But when you open it up, okay, he wrote me a little letter and a poem. And I have to share this with you, okay? It says, Dear Mom, I know things have been hard on you because you work all night, and when you have time to sleep, you have to clean. I'm sorry that I haven't been getting up and getting dressed, and you have to drive us to school when you could be asleep in bed and we could take the bus. And then he wrote me a poem. It says, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to try not to cry. He was in probably 2nd or 3rd grade when he wrote this, okay? And this is the goofiest thing, but it's the most beautiful. He says, your eyes are green on top of whipped cream. Your hair is brown like a pie on the ground. You're as shiny as silverware, but in the world, you're the best. I love you, Mom. Okay, he's 27 years old, 26. He'll be 27 in November. And I just found that. So, it's the goofiest thing, and it doesn't even rhyme. But it's one of the other most beautiful things I've ever read. In fact, there's my son now in his wedding picture from a year ago. But that's my son and his beautiful wife. Yep, that's my son Steven and his beautiful wife Laura. And they're fixing to leave Texas. Yeah. That's just one of those things. I haven't even told them I found it yet, so I'm going to have to. I'm hoping we can do dinner before they leave. And, you know, I can spend a little time with them. I made them some homemade jambalaya last week. But, oh, here's that butterfly die I was telling you I just got in the mail. That steampunk one. But yeah, that was my baby. Okay, now question, guys. You think I should get away with using some of these staples? like from a staple gun staple. They're not old, but let me find a pair of tweezers or pliers to pull them off. Ouch. Get another pair. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, Pauline, when I see stuff like that, it makes me think, you know, well, gosh, maybe I wasn't such a bad mom after all. You know, because most parents grow up thinking, yeah, most parents grow up, mind you. I said what I meant to say, but thinking that, you know, we're the most awful things and we never did right by the kids, and you know, there were so many things we could have done different. Okay, there we go. I got a couple of staples. Let's see if that'll work. What's dragging? Oh, I see. Okay. That is not supposed to be dragging. There we go. Then you think, you know what? I must have done all right because he's made me so proud. I cannot believe how proud he's made me. Okay, now you guys, I promise when I get these all put on here, since you can't see them from this angle, I wish there was a way I could set the camera so that you guys can see what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. I don't know if you can. Let me try another one. I don't know if you guys, some of you might know this, okay? Some of you might not. And I'm not saying this for pity because that's not what I want. But I want to show you an example of how beautiful children are and how precious life is. My son and my daughter, my two youngest, were kidnapped. In 94. And it took me 3.5 years to find them and get them back. Yes, it was a parental abduction. But it doesn't matter if it was a parental abduction or a stranger abduction, in my opinion, because he was still a bastard and they were still in danger and there wasn't any damn thing I could do about it. But my son was 2 when they disappeared. And I didn't get him back until he was 5. 5.5, almost 6. He hadn't started kindergarten yet, so that was a good thing. But when I got them back, it was lots of damage control. But he was so, oh my gosh. And what's the word? It's not, it was like he was so sensitive and so in tune to people and feelings and stuff around him that even at 5 years old, he knew exactly what to say to make somebody feel better. right after I'd gotten them back, we went camping. And the whole situation was totally stressful when we got there. We were meeting my then husband's family at the campsite, and we didn't end up getting there until like 10 o'clock at night. We were trying to put the tent up. I had all my children with me. They were all bickering and fighting, figuring out who was going to sleep in which tent. And finally, I just hollered and screamed at the top of my lungs, if y'all don't shut the hell up, you're going to sleep in the effing woods. That's how stressful it was. And my son the next morning come out of the tent, and he came up to me and he said, Mom, you were having a hard time last night, right? I said, yeah, baby, I'm sorry. He says, well, I just wanted to let you know I said a prayer for you. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. And then I see all of these so-called parents who kill their children, chop up their bodies, throw them on the side of the road, bury them, lie about it. And I swear, I wish Judgment Day would get here, because these people have no idea what anything is. So, hi, kids. Empathetic? Yeah, probably, because he's still that way. You know how you go to high school or grade school, whatever, middle school, and people are always trying to fit into cliques and things like that. And he would see somebody that was either being picked on or was a loner, and he would go up to them. And even if they didn't want to be friends, he would approach them and let them know that, if they needed an ear, or if they needed a friend, or if they needed somebody to get beat up for them, he would do that for them, because he didn't want anybody to feel that left out, that ostracized. And he is such a beautiful person. And I couldn't be more proud of him. Okay, so what are we doing? Sorry about that maudlin little thingy. All right, Debbie, thanks for stopping by, sweetheart. Sorry it kind of got dark there, but it was good too. I do not know how that is going to work. Okay, let me do this. All right, guys, we are attempting to put the top on this. I don't know if this will work. The top may be way too heavy. And I may need to figure out how to support it a little better. Once I get it on and stabilized, I will turn it so that you guys can see it. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to have to do something else because that is not going to hold it. Use E6000. I have E6000, but at the same time, it's the weight of the hat that's not quite setting on the thing. I don't think I have this little piece right here isn't going to be quite enough. So what I need to do, here, let me do this. All righty. I'm going to put a flat piece on top, hopefully to give it a little bit more security to hold the base of the hat. Put these off to the side for a minute while I'm waiting for that glue to set for just a second. And after I get the hot glue on there and it sets, then I'll probably add the I'll add some E6000 like I did at the bottom. I'm going to put, oops, go ahead and just put all my steampunk stuff in here for now. Oops, come back here. I need another piece of cardboard with a hole to sit the pole about a 1/4 inch deep. What do you mean? So you don't think that would work? Hard to explain. Well, Dad's an engineer. Maybe I can get him in here to help. Daddy, I need your help, please. Make a hole in the bottom of the hat to slide the rod through. Yeah, there's a bottom on the hat. I put that there. Okay, I'm trying to attach this, and I'm not having much luck.
Let's still do the hat.
And they're saying put a hole in the bottom.
I would have put ears up here and then filled them over inward. You know what I'm saying? If you came up this way and went over and up this way off the inside of the hat, then it would fit to that.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay, give me a piece of paper. Okay, here, we'll just use this. If this didn't have a cover over the opening, you would have a piece that glues to the inside of the hat that sticks out below the hat, and that, or actually sticks out even with the bottom of the hat and folds over this way. Well, you can do this right on here. Why can't you glue it onto that?
I was trying, but because it's not flat, and this is so, Angela says it needs to be thicker cardboard.
Thicker?
Yeah, because it's not flat. That's the hard thing. It's not giving me a flat data.
Just put just a little piece in the middle and make up for the difference in the wump.
The wump? That's a big wump.
Fold it over. You know what I'm saying? You have a piece, instead of flat piece here, just have it go like this. And fit the wump.
Okay.
I'm not saying those pieces. I don't know what you want to do with those pieces.
It's just spare.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If this piece was off of here,
I can pull that off. That's not a problem.
Okay, and then put the wump on it.
How will the wump hold?
If you glue it to both sides, okay,
Okay.
If you glue it on both sides, it will glue. It won't be as stable as that one was, but it'll glue. And it'll be on the wump. The only other thing is to try to take and compensate on the hat itself with the wump.
Okay. They're saying cut a hole in this and scoot it down in it a little bit.
That's not a bad idea.
But then if I did that, it would fall all the way through.
Not if you glue it up top.
Okay.
Or if you put, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can put a ring around here, which is going to go down to the ring. Or you can just glue it right where it is. And you can probably want to use a knife to cut a hole.
That's what I'm going to do if I can find it.
I've got a whole thing of them in there. You want one?
No, I got it. It's just...
I don't have any replacement weights that size. I got replacement weights for fitting ones.
Drop that in the trash for me, please.
Wow.
Because
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful like that.
Hi, Christine. Oh, I didn't know you were sleeping. I'm sorry. Oh, you guys made me call up my dad or wake up my dad. Okay. Yeah, I know, Spanky. All right, so I made a little hole. Let me see. Yeah, this is the fun part. Like I said, I work things out. I don't have them set out ahead of time. So when I can't figure something out, I just work it until I do. Does that make sense, you guys? That's part of being an extrovert. Okay, let's figure this out. Alrighty. And we're going to push this puppy down in there. There we go. Okay, let me turn him where I want him. Yay, you guys, that just might work. Okay, so let's glue it. Gotta hold it for a minute so the glue will set. That worked much better, guys. You think so, Debbie? I tell you what, it's been a learning curve. It shouldn't be as bad when I get the lights on it, but I need batteries to show the lights. You know what I just got to thinking, you guys? I don't know, Judith. I don't know if anybody would actually really want to buy it. I mean, it's just kind of an experiment. So I hadn't really thought about it. You think so, Judith? When I get the batteries and the lights and I get the lights attached, I think that would be really cool. But I also got to thinking that might help stabilize the hat. Let me grab these. Yeah, I'm really high tech, right? I keep my tools in a shoebox. All right. I will, Angela. I was thinking and wanted you guys' opinions, what you thought might work. Okay, I have these skewers. Okay. I'll just put these in here for now. Set that aside. Okay. What if, okay, you guys, if you're seasick or you get car sick, close your eyes. I'm going to move you because I really need to move this down so you can see what I'm talking about. So, okay. Dang it. All right. I got to set you down for a minute, guys. I'm sorry. Because this is just not working. There. Okay. Now. Okay, that's what I have so far. There's the bottom. And there's the top. Right? What if I put some skewers in there after painted them? You know, would it support around like 4 or 5 of them? Do you think that would help support the hat on there better? I mean, I can trim them to whatever size they're needed. What do you guys think? And then just kind of, you know, make the, I don't know. Okay. Yes, the bottom is free. Okay, see, look. Whoops, except when I get a board that crunches on it. No, it's totally free spinning. See? It's sitting on a Lazy Susan. In fact, my center fell, so let me put that back up. You know, that was the whole point. We're sitting it on the Lazy Susan. Wrap wire around to help stabilize where it meets the hat, and then paint it. Yeah, that's a good idea. And I can do that. Let me think. Okay, there's somewhere, but I think that's a little too thick. I don't know if I'll be able to get it around there very much. I might be able to. Never know until we try, right? And that's what this whole thing has been about, is trying. No, Pauline, actually the whole thing spins. It's sitting on a, actually I think I'm going to have to fix something because this doesn't want to. Okay. No, it's actually sitting on a metal Lazy Susan. Actually, let me see. Woo! Wow, that went flying. Okay, I'm trying to figure something out. I guess I can do them across from each other. I'm trying to figure out if I can get these posts in there that will cut these a little bit smaller. Ow, crap. Okay, make sure when you cut stuff, to make sure your fingers are not in the way. And I have to tell you something, I did very, very good because usually I would be cussing right now, but that hurt. So, yeah, that really, really, really hurt. So, glue from side of base at an angle to the brim of the hat. Yeah? All right, we're going to see how this works. Okay, that one was a little short. So we'll make this one a little bit longer. You can always cut it down. but can't make it longer. There we go. I think I like these posts up there because it also gives it a little bit more visual appeal as well as support for the top of the carousel. Okay, thanks, Angela. I'm probably gonna, let's see, aside from just a little bit. See, there we go. Okay, can you guys see it with the posts? Like I said, they're not painted, but I'm thinking that it would, whoops, I haven't glued them in. I'm just setting them in there. But I think that with the posts, it looks better too. So what do you guys think? So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and call the live stream. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me and helping me kind of figure this out as I go. Extrovert all the way. I'll probably paint these. I'm thinking I might wrap these in wire. I don't know. And then attach them and see what we see. And if you guys think that, you know, I should put it in the auction, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think I should start charging it for, you know, like the starting price is. I've never done this before, so I don't know. Okay. You'd put it in the auction, Judith? And Angela, wire wrap it. Okay, I'll do that. But I'll do that off camera. So, okay. Let's get a little smile for me. Hi, guys. It's me. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys at the auction. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I want you guys to have a really, really, really wonderful day. Okay? Bye. Let's see. Say wee-hee.